Good afternoon and welcome inside the rinks of Exeter here on this Friday afternoon. Proud to bring you coverage of the Tier 1 New England District Regional Tournament. And in matchup number 1 here this afternoon, we have the Seacoast Performance Academy taking on the Northern Cyclones. So an in-state matchup here. And we kick off the weekend, which should be a great one here in Exeter, New Hampshire, as Seacoast wearing the white uniforms, the Cyclones in red. Just about underway here, 2:10 on this Friday afternoon. Cam McGuire with you. So glad to have you along for the ride. As Seacoast will attack down to our right, the Cyclones to our left. Puck is down and we're underway. As the Northern Cyclones win the opening draw. They play it back in their defensive end. The Seacoast forces a turnover. Shot from Sebastian Speck just high off the end glass. As Seacoast starting with the line of Speck, San Cibrian, and Tollett. Murch and Pennerock on the blue line. Here comes Billy San Cibrian out to the near side. Sends it back behind the cage for Speck. Speck now trying to center it to San Cibrian. Instead, it's into the glove of the starting netminder here for the Cyclones, number 70, Matt Dortana. 32 seconds into the opening frame, and we'll see both teams make line changes here. Seacoast sending out Kyle Smith, Jordan Bazile, Laurent Trepanier, Jake Wiltrout, and Sean McEwen. Offensive zone draw won by Bazile. Now it's sent back as Seacoast has had the puck in the offensive zone here for the first minute or so of the first period. Smith sends it over to McEwen, left side of the line. McEwen tries to get it deep, and he picks off a pass at the center ice logo. Across the blue line, shot snatched away into the webbing of Dortana, and hold on for another face-off as the Cyclones swap out personnel once again. Just about a minute gone by here in the opening period of play. We mentioned game number 1 here for Seacoast Performance Academy U16 team, as all 3 U14, U15, and U16 teams participating in the Tier 1 New England District Regionals here this weekend. 15s and 16s here at the rinks of Exeter and Exeter, New Hampshire, and the 14s over in Hudson, New Hampshire. They'll take on Mid-Fairfield at 3:10 here this afternoon. First piece of rubber, Connor McDonough seen here for Seacoast, the goaltender down to our left. And he's able to make the easy save. Play resumes down in the neutral zone. Seacoast in the middle of a line change. The Cyclones will dump it on in. Now it's picked up by Trepanier, far side. Out to the center ice logo, pass intended for Ollie Jeunesse. It's picked off by number 12, Derek McGrew. McGrew's shot kicked aside by McDonough, collected up by Seth Murch, and he'll play it ahead to Ollie Jeunesse. Back out to center ice, 15:45 to go here in the first period. Still the early stages of this one on this Friday afternoon. As Jeunesse collects, tries to center it for Hilmerson. Now Chance Uzzle, number 5 here for Seacoast, sends it up to Jeunesse. Pass over to Tommy McDonough. Outside of the left circle, corrals it on his forehand, stops on a dime. Now he's met up against the end board by number 5. That's Henry McRoberts for the Cyclones, and they'll get it clear through center. But it's intercepted by Jeunesse. He'll wind up, get across the center red, and dump it along the kick plate. And it's tapped down by the goaltender, Matt Dortana. Nifty move by McEwen across the blue line, but an offside call here against Seacoast. 15:02 to go in the opening frame. Still scoreless between Seacoast Performance Academy and the Northern Junior Cyclones. Face-off just outside of the Cyclones line. San Cibrian, Tollett, and Speck back out for their second shift of the afternoon. McEwen and Wiltrout hold down the back line. McDonough comes out of his crease. He'll sweep it over to the near corner to San Cibrian. Now San Cibrian turns on the Jets through center. Across center ice. Bobbles the puck at the blue line. Now the Cyclones take over. Cyclones in their red uniforms. Good stretch pass out to number 8. That was McAvoy who chipped it on into the corner, and they'll go for a change. Just behind his own blue line, Josh Pennerock over to Jake Wiltrout. Wiltrout lugs it through center, gets across the red line, dumps it in, was gloved down by Ian Fries in front of his goaltender. Now it's scooted back out through center for the Northern Cyclones. Across the attacking line, zipping one just wide was Derek McGrew, number 12 in red. We've seen him with a couple shots here this afternoon. Just about 4 minutes gone by here in the opening frame, still scoreless. And here comes San Cibrian across the red line. Drifts out the left wing side, corrals it, spin around pass to Kyle Smith. Smith now, the far dot, tries a toe pull around number 5, Henry McRoberts. The puck flutters into the far corner, picked up by Trepanier. Back to Uzzle, now over to Bizzaio right circle. Bizzaio's pass intended to the high slot off the leg of the defender in front and move back out through center. But here comes Uzzle. His shot sent high and wide off the back glass and back out through center, where it's tapped down by Murch. Murch will lay it behind the cage. Smith in on the forecheck, but it's quickly lifted out through center, where it's picked off by Wiltrout. Wiltrout up for Bizzaio across the blue line now. Dumps it on into the right wing corner. And it's flocked up by the Cyclones, but a good pinch at the right side of the line by Wiltrout keeps it alive in the offensive end. Bizzaio, Trepanier, and Genest out up front. Wiltrout and Murch on the blue line. Turnaround shot from Genest finds the stick of Bizzaio, and his shot intended for the cage off the defender in front, and that was Alex German. Trepanier scoops it up. Left point to Seth Murch. Wrist shot, patted away by the blocker of Dortana, and back out through center. Still nothing to show on the scoreboard here. 12:20 to go in the first period. But a couple good looks from Seacoast, who goes offside, and now we'll see the face-off all the way back down to our left in the Seacoast defensive ends. Pardon me, face-off just outside of the Seacoast blue line. One back by the Cyclones. Picked off by Hilmerson. Hilmerson couldn't get it to go. 2-on-1 with Ollie Genest, and now it's moved back out through center. And McDonough comes out of his cage, and he'll lift it on out through center. Hilmerson winds up across the attacking line, tripped up on the play, and we'll have our first power play of the afternoon, as Seacoast will head on the 5-on-4 advantage. So our first Lou's Custom Exhaust power play of the afternoon. It's going to be a tripping call against the Cyclones at 5:07. That's going to be number 2, Dylan Kornatzer. The Seacoast goes to work on the man advantage. Bizzaio, San Cibrian, Tolette, Smith, and McEwen. Face-off one back to Sean McEwen, over to the right side of the line to Smith. Top of the point to McEwen, over the left side to Bizzaio. Wrist shot, punched away. Now a rebound chance, another save made by Dortana, and it's cleared out to center. And the Cyclones forwards will go for a change, just 18 seconds into the penalty kill. Back into the attacking end, down to our right. McEwen bumps it back for Bizzaio. We'll set the scene for you here once the players get in their respective spots. Smith at the right point, McEwen at the left, Bizzaio in the left circle, Tolette playing the bumper here, in San Cibrian over to the right side. San Cibrian now in front of the net, McEwen right point, his wrist shot high and wide off the back glass, finds the stick of Bizzaio, far side half wall. Nifty saucer pass over to McEwen, but just jumped over the stick of number 21 in whites. Back to Bizzaio, now to Smith, with it on his forehand, a wrist shot blocked down in front. Cyclones can't get it clear. Minute 5 gone by here in the power play. Smith Topol shot redirected by Dortuna up into the protective netting. And a face-off to come in the Cyclones end with 10:42 to go here in the first period. 50 seconds left on the Lou's Custom Exhaust power play, the first of the afternoon. Seacoast swaps out personnel. Genest, Trepanier, Hilmerson, Murch, and McDonough on the back line. Murch gets it at the right point, sweeps over to Hilmerson right circle. Kim finding Tommy McDonough behind the cage, now to Ollie Genest. Back up top to Murch. Now to McDonough, left circle, down low to Genest. Stoppage in play. And it looks like the faceoff will stay in the Cyclones end with 10:25 to go here in the opening frame. Still no score, 33 seconds left on the power play for Seacoast. Face-off to the blocker side of Matt Dortana. 70 in red for the Cyclones, has made a couple of big saves here already in the opening 6:35 of the first period. Face-off one to the left wall by Trepanier, out to the left point to Murch. Plays it off the back wall, finds the stick of Ollie Genest. Now it's Hilmerson. That one off the side of the cage. Now a puck battle ensues in the far corner. McDonough comes out with it to Genest, trying to work it back to McDonough. Trepanier takes over. He'll cycle it back down low to the near corner to Genest. 10 seconds left here in the power play for Seacoast. Couple good looks now to Hilmerson. Shot and a goal! Power play goal from Kim Hilmerson as Ollie Genest will get the helper. And at 9:57 of the opening frame, Seacoast has taken a 1-0 lead. It was only a matter of time. With just 4 seconds left on the power play, Seacoast finds the back of the net. Hilmerson from Genest. We'll see if there's a secondary assist on the first tally of the afternoon. Play resumes down at center ice. Here comes Paul Tollett. Tries a toe pull around the defender as it knocked off the stick by the captain, Alex German. Now out to the right side to McAvoy. Uzzle able to win the puck battle. Nicely done by number 5 in white. Sends it over his defensive partner and Josh Pinnerock. Pinnerock across the blue line. He'll dump it on in. Played back in the Cyclones end. Speck, Tollett, Sansibrian, Pinnerock, and Uzzle on the blue line. Josh Pinnerock. Saucer pass over to Sansibrian, winds up a drive, fought off by the blocker of Dortana. Left behind the trapezoid, behind the cage of Sam Dortana, now picked up by Sansibrian. Spins it down low to Tollett. Tollett pushed up against the board by Henry McRoberts. Now Wiltrout pinches from the right side of the line. Seacoast able to keep it in the attacking end down to our right. And it's finally wedged out through center, but taken over by McEwen. Here comes number 21 in white for Seacoast. Upended on the play, boy, by German. And it's going to be a hooking call against the Cyclones. So Seacoast headed back on the Lose Custom Exhaust power play for the second time here this afternoon. At 8:27, Derek McGrew for the Cyclones gets the gate for hooking. And we'll see if Seacoast can capitalize for the second time here this afternoon. Already 1 for 1 on the power play. McDonough holds the puck at the left point, now walks down the far wall. Hilmerson, who had the power play tally at 6:03, out up front with Genest and Trepanier. Murch and McDonough will hold down the blue line. Trepanier frees up a loose puck, but now it's cleared the length of the ice by Justice Harrison. Trepanier winds up through center on his off wing down the right side, now cuts to the middle, fumbles the puck, and lifted the length of the ice by Alex German. Connor McDonough plays it up for Tommy McDonough, now spins it back for Murch. Murch through center, 14 in white here, the left-handed shot, lugs it through the neutral zone, gets across the blue line, now dumps it on in. He's the first one in on the forecheck. Nicely done. Now back up top for Hilmerson. Down low to Genest. Ollie Genest, who had the assist on the Hilmerson power play goal at 6:03 of the opening frame. Minute gone by here in the power play for Seacoast. As Trepanier backhands it up to Murch. Now back to Trepanier to McDonough. Back for Trepanier. Trepanier carries it out to the near side in the right wing corner. Seacoast attacking down to our right. Trepanier finds McDonough. His shot looks like it rang off the crossbar. And now it's scooped up by Hilmerson, top of the point. Back for Murch. Backhands it over to Janess. 26 seconds left here on the Lose Custom Exhaust power play. And the pass intended for the point all the way back into the Seacoast end, where McDonough plays it up quickly to Hilmerson. Taken over by Justice Harrison for the Cyclones and lifted back behind the goal line. And it looks like Seacoast is going to get their first penalty of the game. Hilmerson for elbowing. So at 10:18 of the opening frame, Kim Hilmerson goes to the box. Two minutes for elbowing. 10 seconds left on the hooking call to the Cyclones' Derek McGrew, and then the Cyclones will look for the equalizer on the man advantage. Face-off glove side of McDonough, and it's blown dead. Bazio, Smith, Uzzle, and McEwen out for Seacoast. McGrew up and out of the box, so the Cyclones head on the power play. Good pass from McEwen up to Bazio. Wrist shot punched aside by Matt Dortana. Now Seacoast working in the attacking end. Short-handed here. Bazio up for Smith. Kyle Smith peels away from pressure. With it on the far half wall, now out into the left wing corner. Bazio takes over for Seacoast, 7 and white. Sends it back to the neutral zone where it finds the stick of Sean McEwen. And here comes Kyle Smith, 1-on-3, short-handed. And he'll just pull free to center, smartly done. 64 seconds left here in the Cyclones power play, 5:43 to go in the opening frame. Hilmerson, a power play goal at 6:03 from Janess. The difference maker here as Seacoast leads at 1-0. As San Cyprian shot sealed away by Dortana, and we'll see an offensive zone faceoff here for Seacoast with Tollett, San Cyprian, Pinnerock, and Wiltrout. San Cyprian leans in to take it against Harrison. And it's played behind the goal line. Carried out through center. Out to the right side to McAvoy, who tries to get around Pinnerock. Now San Cyprian forces a turnover. Billy sends it out for Jake Wiltrout. Wiltrout will get it in the attacking end and go for a change. 27 seconds left here on the power play for the Cyclones, as Murch will loft it all the way the length of the ice. Exactly 12 minutes gone by here in the opening frame. Seacoast leads it 1-0 on a power play goal from Kim Hilmerson. As Hilmerson, just 4 seconds left in his 2-minute elbow call. He's up and out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Hilmerson forces a turnover at center. McDonough corrals it for Seacoast. 2-on-1. McDonough on the backhand, trying to sweep it over to Janess. Now the net is off its moorings as Dortuna was sprawled out trying to make the save. And a stoppage in play. And we'll see a face-off in the Cyclones' end. Face-off one. Hilmerson sent it just wide. As it's McDonough, Janess, and Hilmerson out up front. Uzzle and Murch patrolling the blue line. Murch sends it off the back glass went off the stick of the netminder Dortana. As Jeunesse bats it down on the near side half wall. Jeunesse, McDonough, and Hilmerson. Uzzle walks the line right point. His wrist shot punched away by Dortana. Now Hilmerson battling on the far side half wall. Good sustained pressure offensively up front here from the line of Tommy McDonough, Kim Hilmerson, and Ollie Jeunesse. Jeunesse out to Murch. His shot went just wide. And now Uzzle keeps it alive at the right point. Good cycle here from Jeunesse, Hilmerson, and McDonough. McDonough will leave it for Hilmerson, who tries to fight off the check of Alex German. And the Cyclones lifted off through center, but taken over by Sean McEwen. McEwen tries to dance around German, picked off by McGrew. Gets across the red line, dumps it in, glove down by McDonough, and he'll hold on for a face-off. With 3:11 to go here in the first period, Seacoast holding on to a 1-0 lead, thanks to a power play goal from Kim Hilmerson. Face-off to the glove side of Connor McDonough. Won by Jordan Bazzaio, out with Kyle Smith and Ron Trepanier. Trepanier down the left side, gets across. Now centers to Smith. Tried to play it off the inside of his foot and trickled just wide. Back in transition, McEwen, stretch pass up to Trepanier. Left circle, takes it for a skate behind the cage. Wraparound chance went right through the legs of Dortana and sent just wide in the far corner. A good look there by number 11, Trepanier, for Seacoast, who corrals it now in the right wing corner. Down low to Bazzaio. Great pass to Smith. It just went off his stick. Now McEwen gets it right leg, saved by Dortana. Trepanier in hard on the forecheck. Now Bazzaio comes in for support. 2-on-2 in the left wing corner. Taken over by the Cyclones. Good check along the far side half wall by Bazzaio. Now it's freed up to the left point. McEwen has it. McEwen will walk the line. Over to Josh Pinnerock. His wrist shot tipped down in front by Bazzaio. It trickled just wide. Good shift here from Bazzaio, Smith, and Trepanier. And now a stoppage in play down at ice level. 2:06 to go here in the first period. Seacoast leads 1-0. Sansibrian, Tollett, and Speck. The three forwards on for Seacoast, Pinnerock and Murch, patrolling the back line. Seacoast plays it in the attacking end. Sansibrian, 96 in white, corrals it on his backhand. Fights away pressure from Alex German. Now to Sebastian Speck, tries to lift it over the left shoulder of Dortana, and he'll put his mitt on top of it and seal it away for no further play. Sansibrian in the face-off circle, trying to win it back for Seacoast. Has Tollett right behind his right shoulder. McGrew wins it for the Cyclones. Good job by Murch at the left side of the line. Down to Sansibrian. Out to the right corner to Speck. Speck plays it for Sansibrian. Sansibrian outside the right dot, wrist shot. Blocked down by German. Tollett gets it back. His wrist shot save made by Dortana. And a whistle down at ice level as both teams will change all 5 skaters. .88 seconds to go here in period number 1. As Seacoast leads at 1-0, a power play goal from Kim Hilmerson at 6:03. Hilmerson corrals the puck, tries to sweep it out to the left point to Uzzle. Knocked down by the Cyclones. Backhand transition, Uzzle. Sends it up to McDonough, plays it off his backhand. He wedges it down behind the goal line. McDonough now spins it over to the left wing corner. Now to Ollie Jeunesse. Uzzle walks the line. Wrist shot, fought off by the glove, knocked down in front. No one could come up with the loose change. Good save made there by Dortana as he fought it away with his mitt. And now Hilmerson collects, drops it back for McEwen across the attacking line, over to the backhand. His shot through the wickets of Dortana, he scores. 2 2-0 lead for Seacoast as Sean McEwen with the even strength tally with 42.3 to go in the first period, and a dandy from number 21 in white for Seacoast. The restart at center ice. Bazio, Smith, and Trepanier. Out up front, Will Trout and Pennerock on the blue line. Sean McEwen at 16-18 in the first period gives Seacoast a 2-0 advantage. Harrison across the attacking line for the Cyclones. Knocked off the play by Trepanier, and they go offside. 22.3 to go here in the first period. 2-0 lead for Seacoast. Face-off just outside of the Seacoast line. Smith wins it to the left wing wall. Now it's sent back in behind the Seacoast line. McDonough will play it inside the trapezoid. Under 10 seconds to go here in period one. Hilmerson and McEwen, the goal scorers so far here this afternoon. One last rush in the first frame as Smith out to left point to Pennerock, over to Will Trout. Trying to fire it off, runs out of time. One period of play in the books. 2-0 advantage. Hilmerson and McEwen, the goal scorers for Seacoast. We'll take a quick pause in the action and see you for period number 2 when we return. We welcome you back for period number 2 as we get set and ready to go here. Seacoast leading 2-0 after one period of play. A power play goal from Kim Hilmerson at 6:03, and Sean McEwen an even strength goal with just 42 seconds left in the opening frame. Have Seacoast on top 2-0. Seacoast plays it in the attacking end down to our left. Here's Janess's wrist shot. Waffled away by Dortana as Pennerock keeps it alive at the left side of the line. Bazio, Smith, and Trepanier now out up front. So it was Smith with the shot as Pennerock and Murch patrolling the blue line. Here's Smith over to Murch, right circle. Tries to work it to his forehand, nudges it just wide. Bazio trying to sweep it back for Smith. And now it's played by the Cyclones. They'll move out through center. McDonough shovels it back for Pinnerock. And Pinnerock winds up. Pinnerock skating through center. Drops it back for Bazzaio. And he'll dump it on in and go for a change. 65 seconds gone by here in the second period. Seacoast in the white uniforms, gray helmets. I should say an off-gray uniform. Easy to identify in the screen in front of you. Let's just put it Seacoast in white and the Cyclones in red. McEwen races through center, down the left wing wall. Turns on a dime, tries to work it back to the point. It's taken over by the Cyclones. 1-on-2 rush, 22 in red. That's Justice Harrison. Good back check from Seacoast, and here comes Paul Tollett. Wrist shot save made by Dortana. He'll hold on for no further play. 1:42 gone by here in the first period. McDonough, Janess, and Hilmerson, the three forwards on the ice for Seacoast. McEwen and Uzzell on the blue line. McEwen at the left, Uzzell at the right. See Janess lined up on the near half wall. McDonough takes the face-off, and Hilmerson at the right wing. McDonough drops his shoulder, wins it back for Janess. Janess tries to play it out to Uzzell, too hot to handle. Now transitioning through center. Uzzell quickly up for Hilmerson. Nice feed over to McDonough. 2-on-1. Trying to find Janess just behind number 27 in white. And now a penalty call. It looks like it's going to go against Seacoast. An interference call to Sean McEwen. So McEwen gets the gate at 2:01 of the second for interference. The Cyclones head on their second man advantage of today, as Seacoast is 1-for-1 on the kill. Wiltrout, Murch, Janess, and Hilmerson. Knocked down by McGrew, 12 in red for the Cyclones. His shot, right shoulder save by Connor McDonough. Turnover forced by Wiltrout up to Janess. Here comes Hilmerson, shorthanded breakaway. Fan on the shot, trying to sweep it back to Janess. As Hilmerson had all the time in the world. And he'll get that one back, no question about it. And icing call here against the Cyclones. 1:21 to go here in the power play for the Cyclones. 14-19 to go in the second. Trepanier and Smith out up front. Uzzell and Pinnerock. Trepanier wins it back for Smith. He'll spin it on behind the goal line. Trepanier in on the forecheck in the left corner. Out for Uzzell, left point. Now to the high slot. Forehand shot. Blocked down by the defenseman German in front. Uzzell got it back. Tried to center to Trepanier. Here he is turning away from pressure. Good kill here from Seacoast. 57 seconds left on the 2-minute interference call to Sean McEwen. And now McAvoy spins it up for Roberts. But it'll have to be played on back behind the Cyclones line by the captain, number 4, Alex German. German stretch pass picked off by Smith. Smith gets around the defender, has Trepanier at the top of the blue paint. Out to the right point, Pinnerock. Wrist shot. Fought off by the glove of Dortana. Trepanier out for Uzzell. Uzzell down low for Smith. Smith trying to find Pinnerock, streaking across the crease. And it looks like Seacoast is on the power play here, as they've had the better chances. Just 8 seconds left on the penalty to McEwen. As the Cyclones get it in the attacking end, but it's turned over. Here comes Wiltrout. His pass for Speck. Now down the left side. Speck trying to pull it to the backhand. Knifed off his stick by Fries and lugged out through center. Here comes an assistant captain, number 5, Henry McRoberts. picked off. Possible 3-on-1 here. Here's Sansibrian. Wrist shot save made by Dortana. And he'll elect for a face-off as Sansibrian trying to beat Dortana over the far shoulder. It looked like it just clipped off the left shoulder of Sam Dortana and then dropped right into his catching mitt. 12:34 to go here in the second period. Seacoast clinging to two first-period goals, Hilmerson and McEwen, for a 2-0 lead. A quick shot here from Sansibrian. Dortana couldn't locate it for a second. Now he has it, and we'll see a face-off once again in the left circle in the Cyclones end. Speck will take the draw. Sansibrian directly behind his left shoulder. Same play back to Sansibrian. Punched aside by Dortana. And now carried out through center. And sent on in behind the Seacoast goal line. It took a weird ricochet off the kick plate and popped right out in front of the blue paint, but lucky enough for Seacoast, no one there for the Cyclones, who desperately need a change, and they'll get one as McEwen winds up in his own end. Outlet pass to the right side of the line to Speck. Speck slams on the Jets for Sansibrian with it on his backhand. Save made by Dortana, and now swept out through the neutral zone. Murch behind his own goal line. Plays it ahead for Hilmerson. Hilmerson kicks it off his right skate to the forehand. Hilmerson out in the right corner. Now out to the right point. Sweeps it over to the left side of the line to Uzzle. Banks it down low to Janess. Now for Sansibrian, trying to find Hilmerson streaking just on the inside of that near post. So it's broken up through center. Now laid back in behind the goal line by Pinnerock. As Dortana comes out of his cage, he'll play it. Pinnerock battling the right point, keeps it alive. Janess is all alone. McDonough trying to find him. Tommy McDonough at the right circle. Janess was at the left hash marks, that inner left part of the circle. Now Uzzle activates from the left point. Down low to McDonough. McDonough, Hilmerson, and Janess applying the forecheck here. Pinnerock and Uzzle on the blue line. Janess behind the cage. Delayed penalty call here against the Cyclones. As McDonough races to the bench, extra attacker on, it's McEwen. Pinnerock over to McDonough. His shot, what a save from Dortana. Boy, Pinnerock finding Tommy McDonough just on the right side of the goal line. And a wonderful left leg save from Sam Dortana. Now it's finally touched up by the Cyclones. It'll be a cross-checking penalty. To number 22, that's Justice Harrison. He'll get the gate at 6:35 of the middle frame. As Seacoast heads on the Lose Custom Exhaust power play for the third time here this afternoon, 1 for 2 on the man advantage. Let's set the scene for you here. Tollett takes the draw. Sansibrian at the right wing. Bazzaio the left wing. McEwen left point, and Smith at the right point. Tollett wins it back to McEwen. McEwen taps it on for Bazzaio. Back to McEwen. One-time blast just wide. Sansibrian cleans up the loose change. It's the second power play goal of the afternoon. And Seacoast has taken a 3-0 lead thanks to Billy Sansibrian. Power play goal from Sansibrian at 6:44. I would imagine McEwen and Bazzaio would collect helpers on the third goal of the afternoon. Restart at center ice, won by the Cyclones. Lofted on in by the far corner by Nick Roberts. Yep. Sansibrian from McEwen and Bazzaio, power play marker at 6:44 of the second frame. McEwen shot knocked down in front, a good tip from Smith. Trepanier and Bazzaio were creeping in on the crease, but Dortana Nicely done. He'll hold on for a face-off as both teams will swap out personnel. Bazzaio takes the draw. Smith at the right wing, Trepanier at the left wing, Murch left point, Pinnarock right point. One by Bazzaio into the left wing corner. First one on the puck, sends it over to the far corner to Smith. Now to Pinnarock. Seacoast attacking down to our left here in the second frame, as Smith tries to sweep it over to Murch. Just out of his reach, but a good job by number 14 in white. Able to keep it in the offensive end. But now it'll be Trepanier out through center. Down the right side. Out to the near side. Trying to bump it out to Murch at the left point, but it was taken over by Harrison. Trepanier nicely done to get it back, though. Here's Kyle Smith, top of the right circle. His shot redirected off the back glass. Now Trepanier in on the forecheck. Now Smith, good hit. Over to Trepanier with it on his backhand. Dortana kicked the net off as Trepanier trying to drag it to his backhand and tuck it under the left leg of Dortana. The net comes loose, and that means the whistle comes out. As we'll have an offensive zone face-off here for Seacoast, 8:58 to go in the second period. Hilmerson, McEwen, Sansibrian, the goal scorers here this afternoon. Game number 1 of the Tier 1 New England District Regional Tournaments. In about 16 minutes or so, the Seacoast Performance Academy U14 team taking on Mid-Fairfield over in Hudson, New Hampshire. The U14 team will play all of their games over in Hudson, New Hampshire. Later on tonight, U15's taking on Northwestern Connecticut, 8 p.m. right here from the rinks of Exeter as McEwen whistles it just wide. 16's about halfway through game number 1 here this afternoon. Just one game today, and then they'll be back in action tomorrow for a pair of games right here in Exeter. As a offensive zone draw by McDonough, Genest, and Hilmerson. Taking a look at tomorrow's schedule, Seacoast playing elite hockey from Connecticut at 9:40. And then playing Mount St. Charles from Rhode Island at 5:30. Both those games tomorrow. You can catch all the action right here on the YouTube channel. As we'll have a defensive zone draw for Seacoast, 8:16 to go in the second period. Genest, Hilmerson, McDonough. The trio of forwards on the ice. Wiltshot and Murch on the back line. Quick shot sent wide. Good face-off win by the Cyclones. Now Hilmerson, long-range pass to Genest. Here's Ollie Genest in all alone. Chips it over the glove. Shot and a goal. 4-0 lead now for Seacoast as Ollie Genest gets the tally with 8:02 to go in the second period. That will be Genest from Hilmerson. 4-0 advantage for Seacoast. Sansibrian, Tollett, Speck now. Out up front, Wiltrout and Murch on the blue line. Murch races after a loose puck behind his own goal line. Now he'll carry it out through center. Finding Billy Sansibrian, who had the third goal here this afternoon, that one coming in the second period. Hilmerson, McEwen, Sansibrian, and Genest. So 4 different goal scorers here today. as we'll see a defensive zone faceoff for Seacoast to come with 7:33 to go in the second period. Uzzle now lugs it out of his own end, up for Speck, now to Tollett. Tollett across the attacking line. Pulls it to the forehand at the high slot. Over to Speck, save made by Dortana. Great passing play by Tollett and Speck. The left leg of Dortana able to keep it out of the cage. Here's a possible 2-on-1 for the Cyclones. Harrison centers it for German. Backhand shot. Save made by McDonough. Probably the best look of the afternoon for the Northern Cyclones right there, but McDonough stands tall in net and keeps it a 4-0 lead. San Ciprian back the other way. Rister high and wide off the back glass and out through center. Pinnerock winds up across the attacking line. Chips it past German. Corrals it on his forehand out to the near side. Top of the point to Bazzaio. Bazzaio trying to find Pinnerock on the near side wall. He does. Now a 3-on-3 battle on the near side half wall. Smith comes out with the puck for Seacoast. Kyle Smith banks up for Uzzle. Uzzle over to McEwen. Slides under his stick, and now McEwen tries to golf it into the near corner. And it's played back out through center. McDonough out of his cage, quickly up for Smith, who banks ahead for Bazzaio. Possible 3-on-0. Bazzaio over to Trepanier, and they score. Jordan Bazzaio finding Laurent Trepanier, and it's a 5-0 lead for Seacoast with 6:01 to go in the second period. The fifth goal scorer here this afternoon, it's number 11, Laurent Trepanier. And the faceoff down at center ice. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second period of play. We will have a ice cut during the second intermission. As Trepanier, Smith, and Bazzaio stay out on the ice. McEwen and Wiltrout on the blue line. Smith pulls it free. Now high slot. Rister blocked down right in front. Kyle gets it back. Tries to center it to the high slot for Bazzaio. Now it's played back out through center. McEwen behind his own blue line. Nifty toe pull. Now gets across the red line. Now across the blue. Another toe pull. Left leg save from Dortana. And he'll hold on for a faceoff. So McEwen started at his own blue line and got to the top of the crease right in front of Dortana. Couple toe pulls. But McEwen denied of his second of the game as Dortana stands his ground in the blue paint. 5:14 to go here in period number 2. 5-0 lead for Seacoast. Jeunesse shot fought off by Dortana. Now it's back out through center. Here comes McGrew. Possible break. Good back check from number 10. That's the forward Tommy McDonough for Seacoast. 2 first period goals, Hilmerson and McEwen. Hilmerson's coming on the power play. San Ciprian, Jeunesse, and Trepanier, the goal scorers here in the second. San Ciprian got the scoring started in this period, a power play marker of his own. Murch's shot off the crossbar up into the protective netting. And the faceoff should stay inside the Cyclones end, and it will. Face-off glove side of Matt Dortana. San Ciprian kicked out of the circle, so Tollett comes in. Wins it back. Speck nudges it on to Wiltrout out the right side of the line. Now it's carried on through center by the Cyclones as they'll get across the red line and dump it on in behind the goal line. Wiltrout plays it up for Speck. Now taps it along for San Cibrian across the red line. Now across the attacking line. Wrist shot save made by Dortana. Will deny no rebound chance for Seacoast. Exactly 4 minutes to go here in the second frame. Game number 1 of the Tier 1 New England Hockey Regional District. Seacoast is off and running out of the gates, leading 5-0. Speck takes the face-off at the near circle in the attacking end. Out with San Cibrian and Tollett. Turnaround shot from Tollett, denied by Dortana. Now Speck in on the forecheck in the right wing corner. Wiltrout activates from the right point. Keeps it alive in the offensive ends. Now it's played up into the netting. Face-off will stay in the Cyclones' end. San Cibrian, Speck, and Tollett. San Cibrian wins the face-off back to Tollett. His wrist shot high and wide. Now Pinnerock slides it down low to San Cibrian, who cycles it to Speck. San Cibrian back for Speck. Now to Tollett. Wrist shot. Ricochets wide. Flocked up by the Cyclones. McAvoy out through center, as he's cut off by McEwen right in front of the scorer's table. Now it's Josh Pinnerock through center with a head of steam. Below the right circle, raises it right into the left shoulder of Matt Dortana. Will hold on for no further play, and once again we'll see an offensive zone face-off here for Seacoast. 3:06 to go in the middle frame. 5-0 advantage. Bazzaio, Trepanier, Smith out up front, Uzzle and Murch on the back ends. Trepanier, nice little play to Smith, as Dortana made the right leg save, then Trepanier's rebound effort sent just wide. Trepanier, the most recent goal scorer here, carries it behind the cage, over to Bazzaio, wrist shot left shoulder save by Dortana. Murch rushes over left side of the line, keeps it in the attacking end. Now it's cleared out by Ian Fries for the Cyclones back through center. Smith corralling the loose puck, nifty move, now to Bazzaio. Dortana kicks the net off once again with his left toe. No whistle down at center ice. It's the fourth time we've seen it here this afternoon. At least the second from what I can remember in this period. Dumped on into the right wing corner. Seacoast looking for a line change. Exactly 2 minutes to go in period number 2. Here comes McDonough across the attacking line with it on his off wing, has it on the backhand, now behind the cage. Out to the near side to Janess. Already 1 goal here this afternoon. Shot save made by Dortana. Uzzle comes alive from the left point. Keeps in the attacking ends. Now it's swung back out through center. Pinnerock will tap it on for Tommy McDonough. McDonough across the blue line. His shot, shoots, scores. Absolute snipe from Tommy McDonough, who used the defenseman as a screen, changed the angle of his shot, and put it right in the top left corner. 6-0 lead, 1:29 to go in the second frame. So it's the 6th goal scorer here this afternoon for Seacoast. As we still have a full 17 minutes to play after a minute and 29 here remaining in the second. 6-0 advantage for Seacoast. Restart at center ice. McDonough, Hilmerson, and Jeunesse. Panarock and Wiltrout on the back line. Wiltrout quickly ahead from McDonough as it was sent on target as Dortana will have to put his mid on top of it and hold on for no further play. Face-off blocker side of Dortana. Cyclones carry it through center. McAvoy across the red line. He'll dump it on in behind the goal line. Wiltrout collects behind the cage. Out for McDonough. Now Jeunesse to Hilmerson. Under a minute to go here in the second period. Wiltrout banks it ahead for Jeunesse. Now to Hilmerson across the blue line. Wrist shot. Activating the right leg was Dortana, who kicks it away. Now it'll be cleared the length of the ice. An icing call against the Cyclones. Just over 30 seconds to play in period 2. Cyprian wins it back for Tollett, but intercepted by Harrison. Breakaway chance here for the Cyclones. Harrison shoots, right leg save from McDonough. Loose in front, Harrison tried to turn around, but it was Cyprian who looked to clear it in front. The best chance of the afternoon for the Cyclones, but McDonough keeps it a 6-0 lead. 10 seconds to go in the second period. Harrison racing back for it, but Uzzell will sweep it along to the boards. One last rush here for Seacoast. Here's Cyprian. 3 seconds to go. His shot sailed wide. The horn will sound for the conclusion of the second period. Seacoast 6, the Northern Cyclones nothing. We'll take a pause in the action here with the resurfacing of the ice, and we'll see you when we return for period number 3. And we welcome you back for period number 3 as we get set and ready to go. Game number 1 of the New England Regionals. The Seacoast has a 6-0 advantage over the Northern Cyclones. And scoring from all parts of the lineup, 6 different goal scorers here this afternoon. Puck is down and we're underway as Seacoast will work right to left here in the third period. The Cyclones left to right. Seacoast in the white uniforms, the Cyclones in the red. Tollett shot, save made by Tortana, glove down by Speck. Speck behind the cage, out for Tollett. Sends it just high and wide off the back glass and back out through center. Tollett, Speck, San Ciprian. Out up front, Wiltrout and McEwen on the blue line. Cyclones force a turnover. Here comes Dylan Kornatzer. Kornatzer will send it on into the attacking end down to our left, and he'll go for a change 45 seconds into period number 3. Both teams in the midst of a line change here in the early stages of our third and final period. Here's a chance for Derek McGrew. His shot punched away up into the protective netting by Connor McDonough, and we'll have our first whistle. 63 seconds surpassed here in the third frame. Well, if you're just joining us here this afternoon, 2 goals in the first period for Seacoast. It was Kim Hilmerson who got the scoring going with a power play marker, and then Sean McEwen an even strength goal. A 2-0 lead through period 1, and then it was 4 goals in the second. San Ciprian started the scoring in the frame, a power play tally of his own. Then Genest, Trepanier, and McDonough. Trepanier tied up on the back wall, leaves it for Smith. Smith, nifty move, backhand shot, save made by Tortana. Now it's out to Pinnerock, left circle. Below the left circle, Smith, wrist shot, save made by Tortana. Trepanier, Smith, and Bazzaio out up front, Pinnerock and Murch handling duties on the back line. Smith. Now for Trepanier. Puck squirts over to the far side, Pinnerock. Now to Bazzaio. Bazzaio centering feed for Smith. Tries to work it around Justice Harrison. Pardon me, that's Ian Fries. And an icing call against the Cyclones as Fries did not gain center red. Offensive zone faceoff here for Seacoast. Tommy McDonough, who had an absolute snipe. Just a minute 29 to play in the second period. Takes the draw and wins it for Seacoast. McDonough was at the top of the left circle and changed the angle of his shot. A nice toe pull using the defender as a screen and right over the right shoulder of the goaltender, Matt Tortana. And boy, he had just about an inch to roof that thing over the shoulder of Tortana. McEwen's blast, and he scores. Sean McEwen's second goal of the afternoon, a rocket of his own from the left point. And Seacoast leads 7-0 with 14:16 to go in the third frame. McEwen from Genest. At 2:44 of period number 3. Restart at center ice, won by the Cyclones. They'll throw it on in behind the Seacoast goal line. McDonough to McDonough. Connor McDonough down to our left, number 30 in white, holding things steadily in between the pipes. Hasn't been tested much here this afternoon. Did have a fantastic save on the second period breakaway from Justice Harrison towards the latter half of period 2. Seacoast controls in the attacking end down to our right. Genest, McDonough, and Hilmerson. Now it's turned over, a possible break here, but McDonough comes out of his cage, he'll play it. And it's up for Jeunesse. Now to Hilmerson. Hilmerson tries to get around Harrison, loses an edge. Now lugging it through center was Henry McRoberts in a long-range shot. Easily saved by McDonough. Plays it up for Chance Uzzell. And now Uzzell taps it on in behind the Cyclones line. Now Speck. Great leg save from Dortana. The shot came courtesy of San Cibrian. And the net comes loose. Offensive zone draw here for Seacoast, 13:02 to go in period 3. Speck, San Cibrian, Tolette out up front, Uzzell at the right point, Murch at the left side of the line. Face off one back for San Cibrian. Pinball's loose in front. Dortana keeps it out of his cage. Out to the right point to Uzzell. Taps it over to Murch. Wrist shot, glove save made by Dortana. And he'll hold on for a face-off. 12:47 to go here in period number 3. 7-0 lead for Seacoast. U14 Seacoast Performance Academy just getting underway over in Hudson, New Hampshire, as they're taking on Mid-Fairfield. Trying to get you a score when we have a chance. The U15's in action tonight, 8 o'clock against Northwestern Connecticut. That game will be at 8 o'clock. Still 12:28 and counting to go here in period 3. Murch now through center, backhands it out to the left wing to Tolette. Now Tolette below the left circle, tries to bring it to the backhand, but an active stick from Dortana, and now a penalty call against Seacoast, as one of the Cyclones defenders had his stick knocked out of his hands. And it will be Tolette who gets the gate. 2 minutes for slashing. At 4:48 of the third period. Cyclones head on their third power play of the afternoon, unsuccessful in their first 2 tries. German behind the cage for the Cyclones. Out to the right side to McGrew. Good defensive play from McDonough to pick the pocket of number 12 in red. But McGrew gets it back below the right circle. Stops on a dime. Backhands it out to German. Too hot to handle over the stick of number 4 in red. Now puck played right in front of the scorer's table. Bazile back for Wiltrout. Bazile, McDonough, Wiltrout, and McEwen out on the penalty kill. Minute 24 left here on the Cyclones power play. 11:34 to go in period number 3. Sean McEwen, second of the afternoon at 2:44 of the third stanza, has Seacoast on top by a touchdown. Here's Smith, 1-on-3 shorthanded. Battling for a loose puck. Goes for the wraparound chance. Save made by Dortana, who's lost his stick. As the Cyclones trying to work it in the attacking end for the first time on this man advantage. 70 seconds gone by. Here's Henry McRoberts in the near corner. Pushed up against the back wall by the other number 5. That's Chance Uzzell. And now Uzzell battling behind the goal line. Over to the right wing corner. Trepanier comes out with it, and he'll guide it the length of the ice. And now Murch sends it the length of the ice, as Dortana will leave it back for German. Penalty winding down to Tolette. And Seacoast not even allowing a shot on target from the Cyclones, who dropped to 0 for 3 on the power play this afternoon. Jeunesse comes out with the loose puck at the attacking line. Tries to center to Speck. Hilmerson collects at the left circle. Turns away from pressure. Tries to split the 2 Cyclones player. Murch nudges it behind the goal line. Jeunesse Pass intended for Speck. Picked off by Harrison, and the Cyclones move their way through center. Speck tracks it back down for Seacoast in his own ends. And he'll calmly set up shop. 9:35 to go in period 3. Seacoast leading 7-0 here on this Friday afternoon from Exeter, New Hampshire. McEwen frees it for Seacoast. Looking for the hat trick. High slot. His shot off the glove of Dortana. Trickles out into the near corner. McGrew, 12 in red for the Cyclones. Carries through center. Upended by McEwen. And the Cyclones have to play it back in their own ends. Speck now forces a turnover out to Tollett, trying to corral it over to his backhand. Now gets to the forehand, save made by Dortana. And a stoppage down at ice level. Once again, the net coming off its moorings. Just gotten our first wind of a score in Hudson, New Hampshire, as the U16 Seacoast Performance Academy leading in Fairfield 1-0 with 5:19 left in the first period. Mentioned the U16s back in action for a pair of games tomorrow, starting at 9:40 a.m. against Elite Hockey from Connecticut. And then later in the day at 5:30, they'll take on Mount St. Charles to conclude the first 3 games of the regional tournament. Tollett over to the backhand. Drops it back for San Cibrian. San Cibrian tries to get the wrist shot to go. Reed corrals on the near half wall. And the Cyclones come out with the puck. And they'll be on the march through center. Exactly 8 minutes to go here in period 3. Seacoast leads at 7-0. Trepanier, who's got a goal here this afternoon, tripped up on the play, and we'll see Seacoast head on the Lou's Custom Exhaust power play for the 4th time here this afternoon, looking to convert for their 3rd. As the captain, Alex German, gets to the gate, 2 minutes for tripping with 7:48 to go in period 3. Seen 6 different goal scorers here this afternoon. Hilmerson, San Cibrian, Genest, Trepanier, McDonough, and McEwen's got a pair. Let's set the table here for the power play. Smith, Trepanier, Speck, and McDonough, the 4 forwards out. Wiltrout, the lone defenseman. Tommy McDonough, the forward, will be at the left point. Plays it over the near half wall to Trepanier. Wiltrout will be at that right point. The Cyclones get a clear here as McDonough plays the puck inside the trapezoid. Out for Speck, who will motor along through center. Across the blue line. Escapes the check of Dylan Kornatzer. Now over to Trepanier. Uzzle's now out on the ice as he trades places with Wiltrout. Trepanier fans on the wrist shot from the right circle. Smith forces a turnover. And the Cyclones get it back. And they'll hammer at the length of the ice. Just under 7 minutes to go here in period 3. Quickly up to Smith. Smith walking to the high slot. Hilmerson didn't get all the wood that he wanted on it on the one-time effort from the right circle. 55 seconds left here on the Lou's Custom Exhaust power play. Hilmerson in the right corner. Top of the point to Murch. Just bumps over his stick and he'll track it on back through center. Moved ahead to Jordan Bazile. Bazile left circle to Uzzle. Uzzle with it on his off wing and it redirected wide. Now he'll go to battle behind the goal line. Nudge free to the left side of the line. Murch walks the line. Kicks it out to the near board to Uzzle. Near half wall to Bazile. Trying a cross zone pass to Hilmerson. Broken up by the Cyclones and sent the length of the ice. Exactly 6 minutes to go here in the third stanza. 11 seconds left on the power play for Seacoast. Murch a cross-ice pass to Helmerson, who got the scoring starting with a power play goal in the first. Here's a 2-on-1 chance for the Cyclones. Shot saved made by McDonough. Shot came from number 33, Easton Harrison. McDonough, who hasn't been tested much here this afternoon, has come to answer when he has. Stopped the breakaway in the second, stopped that 2-on-1 right there. As the Cyclones are back to full strength, Seacoast now 2 for 4 on the Lou's Custom Exhaust power play here this afternoon. Hilmerson across the attacking line, far side, wrist shot. Ricochets wide. McDonough arrives at the scene in the right wing corner. Now McDonough frees it over for Jeunesse. Now to Hilmerson. Hilmerson, Jeunesse to McDonough. Sansibrian and McEwen. Got 4 forwards out, 1 defenseman. Skate even strength, but haven't had a whistle since the conclusion of that power play for Seacoast. And Tillett will leave it for Billy Sansibrian. Sansibrian below the right circle. His shot fought off by the right leg of the goaltender, Matt Dortana. When you look at the scoreboard, yeah, he's allowed 7 goals here this afternoon, but he's been peppered all day long, and he's made some great saves. We have a stoppage in play. And with 4:21 to go here in regulation, we'll see a face-off just outside of the Cyclones' end. Tillett forces a turnover loose in front, right between the wickets of Dortana, and now it is 8-0 Seacoast with 4:13. And we've got our 7th goal scorer of the afternoon. Paul Tillett gets his first marker of the day. So 2 goals in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third. 8-0 advantage. Just a little over 4 minutes to go here in the third. Paul Tillett, his first of the afternoon. Trepanier, he's got 1, sends it out to McDonough, he's got 1. McDonough's shot sails wide. Trepanier, McDonough, Speck. Out up front, Pinnerock and Uzzle on the back line. Pinnerock might be playing some forward right here as McDonough seems to be back with Uzzle. Trepanier now below the left circle. Tries to raise it over the shoulder of Dortana, and he'll hold on for a face-off. Both teams will swap out personnel. 3:30 to go here in the third. 8-0 lead. Bazio, Hilmerson, Jeunesse out up front. Murch and Wiltrout patrol the blue line. Kicked free by the Cyclones. Possible 2-on-1. Down the right side. Save made by McDonough off the shot of Justice Harrison. Off the paddle of McDonough down to the right leg, and then holds on for no further play. Pinnerock wins the face-off back behind the goal line to Uzzle. Now moves it along to Speck. McEwen lugs it through center. Kicks it out to the right wing to Uzzle. Long-range shot sails over the cage. Now Trepanier goes to work on the forecheck. Comes out with the puck, finds McEwen. His shot looking for the hat trick, sent just wide. Trepanier. His blast blocked away by McCrew. And now Speck motors along through center. Dumps it on in behind the goal line. Now behind the net. Tollett frees it along for Smith. Stops on a dime at the attacking line. Now McDonough plays it over to San Cibrian. Now to Tollett, has Smith loose in the high slot. His shot, left leg saved by Dortana, who holds on with 1:50 to go here in period 3. Seacoast leading 8-0. Offensive zone draw here for Seacoast. Hilmerson will do the honors. Wins it to the right wing to Bazzaio. Out to Wiltrout. Back to Bazzaio. Jeunesse screened in front. Bazzaio shot. Either hit Jeunesse to the goaltender and then back into the back wall. Seacoast looking to just eat away the clock here, leading 8-0 with 80 seconds to go in the third frame. There goes McDonough, who will lead it along to Jeunesse. Tapped along to Bazzaio. Couple of assists here this afternoon for Jordan Bazzaio. We mentioned 7 different goal scorers here today. Scoring coming from all parts of the lineup. Forwards, defensemen. Jeunesse corrals behind the goal line. He's got a goal here this afternoon. Hilmerson, who's on the ice, has a goal. McDonough, who's on the ice, has a goal. And now Seacoast just playing a little monkey in the middle here, with the Cyclones in their own end. Under 30 seconds to go here in the third frame. One last rush here. San Cibrian. Now it's freed behind the goal line. Under 5 seconds to go. Seacoast will start off the regional tournament 1-0 with a commanding 1-0 lead, or pardon me, an 8-0 win over the Northern Cyclones. Back in action tomorrow afternoon, 9:40 a.m. against Elite Hockey from Connecticut, right here from the rinks at Exeter. And then we'll conclude the round robin against Mount St. Charles at 5:30 tomorrow night. Both those games can be caught right here on the YouTube channel. Before we let you go on your way, I mentioned the U14 team off to a 1-0 lead at the end of one against Mid-Fairfield over in Hudson, New Hampshire. The U15's coming up later on tonight, 8 o'clock against Northwestern Connecticut. That game can be streamed right here on our YouTube channel as well, and we'll bring you the action for that game as well. Until then, so long. We'll see you later tonight or early tomorrow morning.